On average, about 5% of travelers miss their flight. Today, I was that 5%.
That was my flight leaving for home.
So what do you actually do when you miss a flight in Japan?
You book a capsule hotel in central Japan.
This place is so hard to sleep in, dude.
This is the Glanzit. It's in the middle of Akihabara. And this cost me a whopping $28 for the night. I did a booking online, so I didn't just walk in and check in. So let's see what this hotel will offer for 28 bucks a night. It's basically a meal, a really expensive meal. I was looking at the reviews online for this place because I didn't want to just book a random place. And there was a review that said, this is the second podcast hotel I've stayed at. And it's far better than I expected. Very clean, modern, and all the amenities are available. So yeah, let's go see this Capsule podcast hotel.
So the first thing you do at any hotel is to check in, and the check-in process was really smooth. This was me checking in. I just gotta clean you guys real quick. A little dirty. They started off by telling me how the rules work in this place. Like how there was an amenities bar for all your needs. Nice. A shared bathhouse with an onsen. Very nice. They handed me my key, and it was time to change from outside shoes to indoor slippers because we are in Japan. They gave me these really thin disposable slippers. It looks good, felt a bit worse than it looked, and it was time to go check out our pod.
Alright, so I've successfully checked in. That was pretty awkward. Alright, so I've successfully checked in, and this is the start of the Capsule Hotel. So yeah, let's see how it looks like. So far it actually looks really good for like 28 bucks. So all you gotta do is scan the...
So I couldn't really make that much noise in there, so let me voice over my initial reaction.
Whoa, wait, this place actually looks good!
And we were lucky enough to get room 403. Nice. And it also so happens to face the entrance, and it probably has negative feng shui. Not so nice. Getting into the locker room right next to the door, I was greeted with what you would call a really cozy closet. And so I stored my bags in it, and then it hit me.
Oh shit. It doesn't fit.
My oversized bag did not fit. So I brought the bag down to seek help, and I actually found out that they have a whole shelf to store oversized bags. Problem solved. Although that also means I have to run down every single time to get something I need. Not so nice. It's a very common occurrence for these not so nice things. Well, you can't really complain for $27 a night. Here's the extra cozy toilet right next to a really petite sink. And I headed over to the basement level where the lounge was. This is the men's lounge. The women's lounge was on the 10th floor. And oh my, was this a surprise.
Whoa. I didn't expect this.
There's a small little lounge area with free drinks and magazines for you if you're interested.
Yo, we got magazines for things. Oh, we got Migu. Let's go. Oh, we got drinks.
And this place honestly surprised me because I did not expect a place for you to just hang out and just have drinks as much as you want. There was also the shower area. Unfortunately, there's people inside, so you just can't film it.
Oh. Hi guys.
And right before we do the whole tour of the small bed that we have, I actually went out on a little adventure first. Well, you are in Akihabara, so you do have to go out. I'm not gonna stay in the Capsule Hotel the whole time. And a small note, you can't actually bring a key out of the hotel.
Oh my god, so cold!
So I got to see the pretty lights of the Akihabara street, and I went to Family Mart to get my breakfast for tomorrow. After getting my little donut, it was time to head back to the hotel to get a shower in this somewhat really premium feeling onsen for $27. Don't worry, I made sure there was no one in here, so you're not gonna see anyone naked, maybe me. I also got these pajamas that you can get for an additional 200 yen to the already pricey price of $27. And it's finally time to check out the pod.
So yeah, this is the Capsule Hotel. I'm speaking really softly now because it's 11:28 p.m. and people are sleeping.
And I was a little too quiet, so I'm gonna voice over the rest of it. It's pretty spacious with a whole 4.5 square feet of private space. You get a personal light, some plugs, a clock, a coat hanger, and even a whole 27-inch TV. Yes, it may sound small, but trust me, 27 inches at this distance feels like an IMAX screening of some NHK Japanese news. And also my little breakfast for tomorrow. And the pillow.
Pillow? Really hard. Like, you might as well be lying down on like expired loaf of bread or something. But yeah, I'm gonna head to bed and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
So it's 4 a.m. Close to 5. This place is so hard to sleep in, dude. My neck feels like it has been sleeping on a rock. My back feels like it's been sleeping on the floor. Yeah, no, it's not the most comfortable. Also, you can basically hear everything that's happening outside because this is just essentially a thin piece of paper. Yeah, no, this is so far just a glorified crematorium.
So I was really meant to say morgue and not a crematorium, but at this point, the pot was so hot, it might as well be a crematorium. There was an air ventilation system, but apparently they just didn't work. So I decided to get out of the stuffy pot and head downstairs to the lounge. Alright, so right now it's 6 a.m. in the morning. Good morning. Brought my little donut I bought yesterday from Family Mart, so we're gonna eat that. I also got myself a hot chocolate. It's pretty good. Actually, I haven't tried it. I don't know why I said that. It's pretty good. But yeah, when you're in a capsule hotel, there is just no sense of time at all. I was waking up at like 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. and I always thought that like, oh, the day's starting. No, it's like dead in the night. And I can bet some people with jet lag sleeps past like 10, 11 a.m. and it's just like, whoa. I thought it was like in the middle of the night because there's just no windows or like any signs of sunlight. So yeah, do take note of that when you're coming around Capsule Hotel. But the bed. Oh man, the bed. I felt like I was sleeping on a rock the whole night. The mattress was thin, like really thin. Like you might as well just sleep on the floor. I'm pretty sure this sofa is probably more comfortable. But yeah, no, the overall experience for a capsule hotel, if you care about the price, it's pretty good. You got little amenities and stuff. You know, coffee. It's hot chocolate, why did I say that? But yeah, if you're not on a tight budget, I'd probably recommend getting somewhere else, not this place. But if you're here for the novelty factor, I wouldn't recommend more than one night. But you are in the prime area of Akihabara, so that's good, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna eat my donut. So heading back upstairs, they actually opened up the sink area for you to do your morning routine. But even though it was 8 a.m, I decided to call it and check out really early, if you would say. I couldn't bear another hour in that small place. So what do I think of spending your night at a capsule hotel? Well, for starters, I think the capsule hotel is a really good budget option if you're trying to find a place to stay for the night. But in my honest opinion, the bed was really uncomfortable. The hassle of going through the commute, going up and down for your belongings, the bathhouse, the lounge, some water, it far outweighs the benefits of the cheap price that is a capsule hotel. So honestly, I'll just say spend a bit more money for a nice hotel because you don't want to spoil your trip with a really bad experience in the night. I had a total of 4 hours of sleep, so that's not a lot. But luckily for me, this was only a stopover and I don't actually have to stay here for long. Look at the Porsche. Sheesh. Oh shit. So if you'll excuse me, I have a plane to catch and I'll probably never be coming back to another capsule podcast hotel. It's a really bad experience, not gonna lie. It's overhyped. Also, shout out to Japan, dude. I just left my camera there. Nobody's even touching it.